One of our greatest natural resources, the Great Lakes, is undergoing slow but dangerous changes. The reason? Toxic chemicals for years dumped into these lakes from industrial plants and other sources. Is it too late to change the trend?
One-fifth of the world's and 95% of the United States' fresh surface water supply is contained in the Great Lakes. This is enough water to cover the entire United States to a depth of over 12 feet. Yet, like many other areas of the country, the Great Lakes face water pollution problems. Eutrophication, or premature aging, due to the addition of excess phosphorus, has been particularly severe in Lake Erie, the shallowest of the lakes. Many areas in all the lakes face chemical contamination from DDT, PCBs, PBB, dioxin, Mirex, heavy metals, asbestos, radium, ammonia, arsenic, phenols, coliform, or other substances. Slowly, we're taking steps to control the discharge of these hazardous substances into the lakes. However, recently scientists have begun to realize that this may not be enough to protect the quality of the lake's water. For example, they've discovered that toxic chemicals may be generated within the Great Lakes from 2 or more substances which have been introduced at different locations. Also, chlorinated hydrocarbons and other potentially hazardous compounds may accidentally be created within wastewater treatment plants themselves.
An example of the production, or the inadvertent production of a toxic chemical may be found in the addition of chlorine to municipal sewage as the last treatment step in order to kill pathogenic bacteria. In this particular case, all of the various hydrocarbons that are normally present in sewage will be chlorinated, and some of those then make some relatively persistent and also toxic compounds which are now being released into the environment.
Scientists are also learning that potentially hazardous and non-biodegradable substances, such as chlorinated hydrocarbons, can be created and can enter the lakes in previously unrealized ways.
One of the means by which certain chlorinated hydrocarbons can be produced is in the burning, in the incineration of municipal garbage. These then, of course, will enter the atmosphere as air pollutants and then may subsequently rain out over land, then wash into water, or rain out over water itself. The kinds of materials that are produced in that are from very simple, just hydrochloric acid, to some rather complex materials, such as dioxin, which is produced in low concentrations during the burning of a number of materials. The extent to which this will produce a major problem is at the present time not well understood. One needs to look at the Great Lakes as an entire system. That means you have to look at water, you have to look at the soil, you have to look at the air around it. There can be interchanges in toxic substances between air and water and soil. It is a mistake to look at air pollution just by itself or water pollution just by itself. For instance, one of the major pathways by which PCBs have entered the Great Lakes water has been by air. Likewise, there are a number of heavy metals which have entered the Great Lakes through fly ash and things like that. Likewise, it happens that various materials like PCBs may leave the water phase and enter the air and then get distributed through the air again. So it is a large system out there, not just water without anything else in it.
As time goes on, we learn more and more that environmental factors governing the Great Lakes and other areas are very complex and interrelated. We discover problems that we had no idea existed a few years before. We realize that maintaining and improving the environmental quality of our planet is a serious and urgent responsibility.